The political battlefield just got hotter. Outspoken lawyer and fiery critic Dr. Miguna Miguna has come out guns blazing, and his target, none other than former Interior CS Fred Matiang'i, who is said to be eyeing the presidency in 2027. But Miguna isn't holding back. He's warning Kenyans in bold letters. Not this man, not after what he did. Speaking on Citizen TV's Sunday Live, Dr. Miguna delivered what can only be described as a political carpet bombing. With receipts, rage, and Russia's fury, he painted a chilling portrait of Matiang'i, not as a reformer, but as a man who is, in Miguna's words,
but I specifically wanted to refer to many instances where Dr. Matiang'i subjected not just me to atrocious abuse, torture, and violations of my constitutional and human rights, but also defied multiple court orders in an egregious and unconscionable manner. Dr. Matiang'i exemplified the abuse of power in its purest form. And then when you hosted him, I barely had him interrogated on what he did. The Rivayala murders, the abduction that he engaged in, the destruction of my house, my abduction and detention in Comunicado, and torture of many days in defiance of multiple court orders. His forceful exile of me, one when I was sedated and unconscious and dumped in Dubai, and then subsequently him issuing illegal red alerts and stopping me from returning to Kenya for 5 long years. If we want to transform the country, and I believe we do as Kenyans, we cannot tolerate, entertain, and coddle characters like Matiang'i, who have not been punished, even though there were several court orders.
Subverted the constitution, defied the courts, and trampled on human rights without blinking. Remember when Miguna was arrested, tortured, and deported in 2018. He claims Matiang'i was the mastermind behind his ordeal, including being dragged, stripped of his passport, and thrown on a plane to Dubai. And it didn't end there. He reminded Kenyans of the Rivayala bodies, the red alerts, the court orders Matiang'i allegedly ignored, and the silencing of dissent during his reign. Miguna thundered, "You cannot install a dictator who terrorized citizens as your president. That is not change. That is disaster. Kenyans must never reward impunity with power. Let's not forget how we got here." But Matiang'i isn't taking the hit in silence. He's already denied the deportation role, dismissed the torture claims, and challenged anyone with proof to bring it to court. He insists everything he did was within the law, that he acted in the interest of national security, and that Kenyans know him as a no-nonsense performer. In fact, Matiang'i has already started laying the groundwork for his campaign, with Mbele Pamoja branding spotted on campaign tracks and whispers that he's prepping for a serious 2027 showdown. So, here we are. One man says, "Never again," while the other says, "I'm ready to serve." It's a clash of legacies, reputations, and very different visions of leadership. This isn't just a fight between two men. It is a national conversation about accountability, justice, and the kind of leadership Kenya truly deserves. As voters, The choice ahead isn't about memory loss, it's about moral clarity. While Kenyans embrace the enforcer or heed the exil's warning, only time and the 2027 ballot will tell. Stay tuned, stay sharp, because history, when ignored, has a brutal way of repeating itself. Don't forget to follow us on all our platforms for real-time updates, in-depth analysis.